Peace and blessings. Welcome to my channel. I'm Giovanna. I am a healer, an oracle creator, and to talk about everything from healing to spirituality to wellness to love, relationships, all the things, and just also sharing my journey, my evolution. One of the things that I have been wanting to do for myself, for my own practice, is to just revisit tarot from a beginner's mind, a beginner's standpoint. And I had initially started out on that, and then things happened. My schedule shifted, so I didn't have necessarily the time to sit and study the cards the way that I wanted to. Right now, I'm not reading for others. I have, and I really love it and enjoy it, and would love to get back to it. But I want to go through this process first for myself to really reconnect with why I do this. And just remembering too, like how my journey started and how what um, these cards supported me through. And so, yeah, I'm just here and I want to share with you the tools that I'll be using for this study. And I'll probably share maybe some videos along the way as I reconnect with the cards, who knows. But so I was initially going to choose from my collection here, and so the first deck that I wanted to work with, because I got this particularly for study, which is why it's still in order. And I got this at the recommendation of Kim from Abundant Life Tarot, who was sharing, that it's good to have like a study deck, one with the keywords and things like that, to like, especially if you want to learn new associations, which for me, really weaving in astrology in my readings has been something that I've wanted to work on. And so, again, this gives me the opportunity to do so. So, I'm not sure what deck this is. I just got this, I found it on Amazon. So, you can see there are reversed meanings, there's upright, there's, the symbol for the element, the planets that it's associated with, numerological meanings, and it gives yes or no for the cards. So yeah, I got this as a study deck, and that's what I'm going to be using it for. Now, where things got interesting at is the other decks that decided to join in. So I had a few in mind that I was going to work with, but the ones that were like, no, we are your chosen decks, are very interesting, by the way, and I'm going to share why. So first up, we have the Tarot of the New Vision. And this deck is very special to me because when I got it, I was starting my own new vision. And so, because it is sorry about, you can probably hear the sirens, but because it's like a continuation of what we see in the traditional Rider Waite, I was expecting a little more difference, but it's okay, right? Because there are still changes, and even we know subtle changes make big ripples and waves and can have huge impacts. So it's going to be great to really sit and study these cards and really understand the difference. What does this new outlook, this new perspective in the card, like, what does it bring to me as a reader? And so I'm really excited about that. Oops, I lost the earring, y'all. It's okay. And then the other deck. So the other deck that I thought was really interesting, and in fact, because I packed up more of my collection to go to storage for anyways, and so I was going to put this one in, but somehow it came with and wants to be part of this process, and that is the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. So I will say that when I got this one, I did not really connect with it. It was one of those, why did I buy this? But there was something about it that really still stuck with me because I was going through, like, seriously considering which decks in my collection would I be willing to let go of, or, to sell or exchange or whatever. And when I looked back through this deck, I saw it differently, and connected to the cards in a different way. So I was like, okay, we will hold on to it and work with it. And so that's what I'll be doing apparently with this deck. I will say that the artwork is beautiful. Like there's the Ace of Air, and this is the back of the cards. I think one of the things is that my major arcana was um, kind of structured backwards in a sense. It was just different. There were some differences, and I just was like, not sure about it. But for some reason, now is the time for me to work with it, which I'm grateful for. It was one that I kept because I knew there was a reason why I was drawn to it, and that I find happens with me often. And then there will be a space and time where I work with that particular deck and we develop the deepest connection. And so I feel that is what's going to transpire here. So, one of the things that I'm noticing before I even dive into this journey is just how varied these experiences are going to be, because this is heavily imagery is heavy on like nature, right? This is more along the traditional lines of tarot. And of course, this is like the typical deck. So I feel like that's going to be very interesting. The messages that I'm going to get from these decks, it's possible that I pull in like another more modern Rider Waite variant. I think I have the modern witch with me, or um, probably maybe one of the other decks I was considering working with just to see, but I don't know, maybe this will be enough. And like I do relate and connect to nature a lot, so I appreciate having that energy involved because that heavily informs who I am. So maybe that will allow me to introduce more of these like grounded elements into my reads. So I'm excited. And yeah, so these are the decks. Again, it'll be the Witch's Wisdom, the Tarot of the New Vision, and a Rider Waite Study deck. Um, my tarot notebook, I absolutely love. um, Again, it's very, very much like my inner child loves this. And this is very symbolic of my life and the life that I desired to live and the life that I am absolutely now living. So, my little trapper keeper, ha ha ha. I was so excited when I found this. So, inside, I just have the two notebooks. So, for anything I need to stick in there, I've got paper. And then I have my sticky notes for making notations. Okay, love sticky notes. You gotta have sticky notes. There's some tabs in there as well. And then I have my collection of pens and highlighters. I love a good Pilot G2 pen. Those are my absolute faves. So yeah, those are the things that I will be using. I also have, which I might rope in to these, like markers, color pencils, and these two coloring books that I can work with throughout the process too. So I think I am full on prepared for this beautiful journey that I am embarking on and really look forward to sharing it with you. So thank you for joining me here. If you have questions for me, please let me know. Check the description box for all of my links, different ways to connect with me, and just to stay in the loop of what it is that I am doing for me and for us and for all. So, much love, and until next time, peace.